Yo, what up? CPA Strength back again. Accounting for Beginners number 19. Let go. Anyways, look at this. I got I got a collar on today, so you might not recognize me, but it still is me. Okay. This one's gonna be labeled something like don't abbreviate the accounting terms. This might seem really basic, but I think that's kind of what a lot of my tips are just really basic. You know, I'm keeping my my videos between they're mostly between 5 and 10 minutes, sometimes over that. You know, I got a comment before like, oh, this is easy stuff. I do this in my sleep, you know. Well, good, then you can stop watching after a couple minutes, or what I think you should do is just take 10 minutes out of your time, reinforce the idea. I might have one other word that's like, oh, light bulb went off. So that's what happened for me when I was studying for my CPA exam. I was a voracious YouTuber. Like for bonds, I couldn't get bonds. I must have looked at probably 50 different people teaching bonds. You know, it's just each of them maybe had one word they did different, and eventually I caught on. We're up to 19 on accounting for beginners, and I was like, you know. This is a tip that I really wanted to do, because as I'm giving this series of accounting for beginners, I'm about 9-10 years in my accounting career at this point. I started 31, I'm 39 and a half, so 8.5, 9 years. You know, I'm in my accounting. I have an accounting degree from Florida Atlantic University, and I am a current licensed CPA in the state of Florida. Current license. So the tips I'm giving are stuff that I wish I would have learned when I was first couple accounting classes. So I'm going back, and this is a big one. Now, there's got to be someone that this will help, and this is for you. But I think if you abbreviate, you're just being lazy. A lot of teachers do abbreviate terms. I do it sometimes. You can abbreviate. I abbreviate now, you know, 9-10 years into my accounting career, because I know what the words stand for. I think that's a big problem. I even do that sometimes. I write the abbreviated term, and then I get a question, what's that? And I'm like, oh, you know, not everyone knows what they mean yet. Let's get into this here, what I mean by the abbreviations. So look, number 19, don't abbreviate. These are some common accounting terms: COGS, AP, AR, RE, RE, APIC. These are common terms that when I started, I would always abbreviate and just write those down, copy from the board. Most of the teachers would do that. In my head, like, so for COGS, I didn't know what COGS meant. So I thought it was like gears coming together. No. It is, you know, whenever I would see COGS anywhere, I think of gears. Like in my head, it would just form gears. I didn't understand. I'm not sure when this is my own thing. I never heard anybody else say don't abbreviate, but once I figured out, stop abbreviating. Actually, when you write out the word, it kind of has a lot of accounting. I mean, mostly every accounting, if you write the word out, you're gonna kind of the definition of it is in the wording. For instance, COGS. I think gears. I started writing it out. Cost of goods sold. Well, that makes a lot of sense, because then you get, on a test you get, what's the COGS? I'll write it out. What is the cost of goods sold? So then I think, cost of goods sold. I sold a good, I sold an item. How much did it cost me? Oh, that's COGS. That's cost of goods sold. It's not gears. Similarly, I would see AP written somewhere, or someone would say AP. I would think, oh, advanced placement classes. I'd be like, oh, that kid's a smarty. He's in advanced placement classes. It's accounts. Then I started writing AP out. Accounts payable. So I would see AP. I would think advanced placement. I'd think someone's smart. No. So what's the AP? Write it out. Accounts payable. It's an account payable. Account that I pay somebody else. So it's like I owe someone money. You see what I'm getting? You know, we go R-A-R. I always think of R, pirate, R. No. So it's really accounts receivable. So it's kind of just the opposite of accounts payable, but you know, it's not a fucking pirate. So an account receivable, and that one kind of says it in the name, like it's an account. And receivable. That means they owe me something. Okay. This is a big one because no teacher would ever freaking write out retained earnings. You know, first day of class, re. So I'm like, oh, rerun. It's like, well, what's happening now? What's happening? Old TV show. Once I started writing out what is, it actually stands for retained earnings. The definition is actually in the word. Because the retained earnings is the earnings that are retained in your business from year to year. Brilliant, right? And we have a pick. I always thought it was a pick, like a comb, like a pick, curly hair or whatever, like a pick. And no, it's not. It's additional paid-in capital. It's kind of with stocks and stuff, and that's what that's what APIC stands for, additional paid-in capital. The main thing is, don't be lazy when you're starting your journey. Abbreviate, or when you're starting your journey, don't be lazy and write out the full names of everything, of all the accounting terms. It'll be much better for you. Anyways, if you liked this, give a like. I know this might not be everyone's speed, but I think it will benefit you, and this is a tip that I wish I would have known in my first couple accounting classes. Ooh, you can't even see it. I'm the new neighbor with the car putting in your little paper route. Deuces.